Yeah.
The last time I went to the fair was the state fair, 1986.
That was the last time. It was 1986.
Yep. I refuse to go anywhere near it. I did go to back to the 50s once with Tovar. But other than that, I want nothing to do with that state fair. I want nothing to do with the fairgrounds. I took my kids to smaller. I took them to the Olmsted County Fair. Took them to that little July 4th fair they have over at Cannon Falls. Otherwise, I want nothing to do with fairs.
Smart
Well,
man.
my whole problem is people are in their own world anyways. So you get all these extra people who are not thinking of other people, and then they're there. And I mean, we see it every time we go to any kind of big wrestling event. You get all these people who are in their own fucking world, living their own fucking lives, not worrying about anybody else, and they make things fucking miserable. You know, you're trying to leave an arena, you're trying to get into an arena, you're trying to go to your seat, you're trying to get concessions, you're trying to go use the restroom, buy merch or whatever. Like, people are just fucking bumping into you, running into you. It's like, listen, I will beat you fucking mercilessly. Like, just fucking stop touching. And it's also, you're outside and you're sweating all day. It fucking sucks. There's been like 5 good days this year, which is like the most good days of weather we've had for a state fair ever in my existence. So I just won't do it, man. Like, unless I have to. And I will say, the only time you should go is if it's during the week, you have a ticket to the grandstand, whatever show might be happening there. You come in after like 4:30, 5 o'clock, because most of the people from the day have already fucking left. You go in, you go to the show, you maybe go get some food, and you leave. It's generally a little cooler. It's a little bit better. Don't have to worry about fucking rides because you're going for the show. Call it.
One of the things that I know, maybe this is the same with you too. I can't handle the shuffle. It's nobody walks. Everybody shuffles, and they shuffle slowly, so they don't want to miss anybody. You know what? I can walk around the block at a fast pace and not miss any goddamn thing any of my neighbors are doing. If I shuffled it, if it was like at the fair, it would take me 2 hours to go around the block, and I just can't. I can't handle that crap. Let's go look at the animals. No, I don't want to look at the animals. No, I mean, it's like a goat. No, and it's just the whole thing to me from start to finish is annoying. I don't like the fact that I got to go park in somebody's yard and pay them money. I don't like the fact that if I don't want to do that, I got to go all the way down to Larpenteur and walk 4 miles to get to the goddamn fair. You know, I mean, and they've done all of this stuff with the buses are running. You can park and ride. And then when I'm listening to WCCO driving around in this shit traffic, I hear, the following park and rides are full. All of them. They're all full. How about go fuck yourself then? You know, because I don't want to, you know, and how much is it to go to the fair? It's $20 or more, isn't it?
Something like that.
I didn't pay last year, so.
Well, and I know probably some people who might be watching us and wonder what the fuck we're talking about with the Minnesota State Fair. It is the second most attended state fair in the country, only behind Texas. And Texas has this little fucking caveat. They don't tell you it's a fucking month long down there. So that's the whole thing. Minnesota is second after 10 days to a state that has a whole month long. And even their numbers are inflated because every Saturday, it's right there on the grounds of the Cotton Bowl in Texas. Yeah. So every Saturday, there's a football game going on. So a lot of times you get just, you know, alumni or you get, you know, fans of those schools. I mean, the big one is the Red River rivalry between Texas and Oklahoma. But, you know, last time I was at the Texas State Fair, I was like 30. So that was 10 years ago. And the Saturday we went, it was Grambling State versus Southern. And so the place was just fucking packed, man.
Yeah.
So Saturdays are not really the day to go down there in Texas, but to be real fair, never go.
I went on a Sunday last year, I believe. Yeah, because Monday was the last day. So I went on a Sunday last year, and I went just literally to hang out with Chris. Like I met him at his place, went with him to the fair, hung out while he gigged, and then when he was done, we walked around and like ate and just chilled out for a while.
Yeah.
And that was cool. But again, I was there to just kind of hang out with my homies. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know if anyone knows who Chris Lawrence is. If you don't know, you should find him, follow him. Amazing musician from the Twin Cities. But if you do know who he is, and you did see his Instagram live last night from the fair, get at him, because anyone who saw it, they're trying to like get you to give some info of what you saw in the video. So,
Joseph, hello.
Yeah, pretty fucked up. Poor man. Homie just has a bad time at the fair, man. Last year his shit got stolen halfway through the week, and this year he gets punched in the throat, and then a truck cop mazes him. You know, and the other thing is they said they ran his ID and that he was trespassing. How can someone be trespassing when they've been working there the last 2 weeks every day?
That's their little way of getting out of this shit, because it's the last day of the fair and they know he's not working anymore as far as, you know, playing music at the cafe there. So that's their little fucking caveat, because they don't want to deal with it. So they see a man who's on his phone following another person. And again, you guys can go to Chris Lawrence Music on Instagram, and he has the whole story up as far as what happened. But yeah, and if a cop sees that shit in the modern era, basically the biggest thing is, oh, well, this looks like somebody who's infringing on somebody else's fucking rights, kind of thing. Like, oh, they're following him, so that's probably the guy at fault. Because I've even had that when I was delivering pizzas, man. Like there's a Saturday, this dude was out of control, like the whole fucking time down the highway. I mean, he was dangerous, out of control. So I called it in. I just told him exactly what the fucking car looked like. I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's on, but he is out of control. And then they almost fucking pulled me over. I'm like pointing at like the fucking guy, like, it's him right up there, man. Like, because it was like the one time they got there when he wasn't doing anything weird. And then like literally a half block later, this dude's fucking damn near over the fucking curb, hitting fucking trees. I'm like, see, I fucking told you. You're right. You're right, Bryce. Big fairs are dumb.
For those of you that are just coming in, we're ranting a bit about the fair.
Fuck fairs.
Exactly. The fair is unfair to people with normal intelligence.
There you go. On the fucking nose.
Tried it. Where we do agree for once. But anyway, folks, we do have so much wrestling. It's like we got a bushel basket of wrestling to talk about, and believe me, we're gonna talk about it. But as always, we had to sort of let people filter in a little bit, and we are ready to roll right now. I'm on the 2 count.
Welcome to the show. Let's see what has been happening in the wrestling world. Welcome to the show, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The 2 count, always the best guests in Midwest. The 2 count, great time guaranteed, because we're the best of the best. Meet me, Ace and JR. Top Shelf Tommy, we're about to start. Welcome to the 2 count. It's time to dig deep into the wrestling world. Welcome to the 2 count, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The 2 count.
The 2 count. The 2 count, where comedy meets wrestling. Please comment, share, like, and start a hype train, for God's sakes. And now, here are the hosts of the 2 count. Comedian John Russell, wrestling broadcaster Big Ace, and everybody's favorite heel, Top Shelf Tommy.
That's what we're talking about. Before we get too far on it, I want to thank Jesse Towlers and some of you guys that were watching on Jesse's stream last week on Wednesday. I went on with Jesse and Cosmo, and we watched Plan 9 from Outer Space. I mean, that was actually kind of fun. Jesse got me one of them. What do you call it? Little pie things, like a little Debbie pie or whatever pie.
Hostess pie?
Yeah, but it wasn't really Hostess. It was somebody else.
Dude, another great night tonight, baby.
Nice, successful title defense, baby. That's top shelf life.
Absolutely. So you hear about this shit with JR? He's got a bounty on you now, man. All right, buddy.
That piece of shit, JR. You think you can put a bounty on this head? Ain't no way. The golden god always comes out on top. You see, JR, you think you're so smart going behind my back trying to recruit people to take me down. You ain't got no shot, buddy. And you're lucky you ain't here with top shelf in Fort Dodge. Because if you were, you'd be down on the ground just like usual. It's all you have now, is getting kicked in the balls. That's all you have, old man. But you know what? We ain't too worried.
Never worried.
We're never worried. That's why we're top shelf.
That's right, baby.
You can recruit anyone in the world. Ain't no one stepping up to Bryce Jordan.
This
I
whole
know.
Gold Club Gold shit where they're saying they're top shelf, dude, it has to be JR's word. He's that stupid motherfucker. He's paying out money to everybody, man. He pays that guy in India. He pays everybody else he can to do stupid songs and all these stupid
Where
weird
does he
things.
get the money?
Dude, I don't know.
He
man.
probably lives in his parents' basement still.
No, he's selling TVs.
Oh.
There's probably something in the back of him, you know what I mean?
Hey. But no matter what, Jar, you're a piece of shit. And no matter what you do, you will never take me down.
First of all, I am and Bryce. I'm perfectly content to put a bounty on your head right in front of your face. It's not behind your back. I'll recruit people right in front of you. I don't care. And there will be someone, and you're going to be sorry. That's all I can tell you. And you can go on about your life, I guess, your top shelf life.
Top shelf life, baby.
As long as you want to. I mean, and by the way, just and this is the truth. You see, you look at Jess. There you go. There you go.
Uh-huh. What a suck up Jesse Tellers.
Jesse's not a suck up. Jesse knows.
Sure he's not.
Jesse knows how to be on the right side of history.
Oh,
So does Dan.
I mean, the victors are the ones who write history. So
Who?
the victors are the ones who write history, man. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, you
The right
don't.
side of history.
You're not a victor. You're not a victor of anything if all you do is kick somebody in the balls. I mean, I don't know what kind of victory that is. Shallow, a shallow victory. So he gets to write shallow history.
A W is a W, baby.
Here's the point. And yes, I do sell TVs, and in fact, I sold one to one of the Minnesota Lynx players today. So
Was she
You know their
taller, or were you the same height?
no, she was about 5'10". It was
you were taller
I can't think of her first name right off, but Mitchell is her last name. I don't know that she's down the list. I don't know if she's a everyday star. She's on the team. I mean, she makes more money than Tom does. So
You don't know that, motherfucker. You have no idea what I make.
don't.
Yeah, she-
I don't.
Pretty sure she does, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Come on.
Anyway. What?
You don't know shit.
Sure I do.
Know everything.
Oh, Tiffany Mitchell?
Yeah. And she was very nice and very kind about, I'd say 5'10", 5'11", somewhere like that. What came in?
5'9".
said I would. Okay, well, so I'm off by 2 inches.
No, that's fine.
It's just
Not
about as
that-
much as you lie too about it. So,
I'm
but,
6'2", motherfucker. I don't need to lie about my height.
Oh, I thought you always lied.
No, I never say I'm 6'4".
I thought you always wanted to add a couple inches.
What are we talking about?
This is going down a really bad road already. We're only
Stop.
14 minutes into the show, gentlemen. Did we even do our open?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
did you do the open? Yeah, we just did a little late.
I was
Yeah,
too
well,
bu-
you left,
I-
and then I did the open, and then
I was busy getting some stuff. Well, those Bryce Jordan videos that were mysteriously sent to me. I don't know by Tom. Like Tom started out in the background and all this, but he's just like right in the videos now. Like just like fuck JR. It's really weird.
I mean, you were the one just eavesdropping. I was just going to tell Bryce and I were just going to chat. We're just going to have a little chat, and then you happen to be there with your fucking phone, fucking TMZ style, just trying to get the fucking scoop over here.
Yep, that's all he does. See, here's what I think happens. I think Ace wants to go home, and you want to dick around.
I was the one wanting to fucking go home, dude. I'm the one with the extra hour and a half trek, you know?
Well,
no, I think we both wanted to go home by the end of that show.
Yeah, because let's face it, it was hot outside.
It was gross out.
You know what? And
it was gross out. I forgot my fucking note cards. Then before time, like right before I was gonna start getting dressed, I realized I left my fucking dress shirt here at home. So I had to go. I had 2 different trips to Walmart, and it was just gross out. And just the show was great. It was a fun show. It's always a fun venue.
I'll tell you this.
But that is also a little bit further than most of the stuff we do.
I got to think that a Walmart, aside from being gross in general, a Walmart in Fort Dodge is super gross.
Yeah, it's one of the most disgusting fucking places I've ever been in my life. And I'm talking about Fort Dodge. Actually, I'm really talking about most of Iowa, but you know, Fort Dodge especially. It's fucking
there's some beautiful spots in Iowa, Tom.
I know there is.
Lake Okoboji, which is really part of Minnesota. That area is really Minnesota.
Yeah, it's they're one great lake, if you will, and it's
3, but it's all tied together.
Yeah. Dan, I don't think you understand what you're talking about.
By the way, Dan was at the Minnesota State Fair. Hopefully, he had an enjoyable experience.
Holy cow! So Tina,
Tina,
pictures with the Punk himself.
Was he nice, Tina, or was he a dick? Tina also left a couple. Tina left a couple 2-count stickers in Vegas, one on Fremont and one on the Strip. So
nice,
thanks, Tina.
Yeah, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I guess we don't really need to digress too much. I will just say this though. Shout out to the boys though there at Absolute Pro Wrestling. I mean, again, bringing in that fucking ring and that fucking heat. More power to you guys, because they all did their best getting that thing set up, and you know, and Ace is right. It was a hell of a show. Everybody did very well, and no injuries, so that's important. I'm also very tired right now. I've been up since goddamn 2 early this morning. So what do we want to talk about first, guys? Payback, All Out, Punk, Absolute. What do we want to talk about first?
Okay, full disclosure, I did not watch Payback. I did watch All Out.
I watched part of Payback, but then fell asleep.
Yeah. I saw the Kevin Owens spot off the concourse or whatever that was. I saw that, and that was amazing.
That's super cool.
Of course, he took pictures of everybody. He knew he was about to get fired.
He probably didn't know he was about to get fired.
Well, he was already at that point. So
I mean, at that point, though, you got to think he was like not coming back no matter what. I mean,
yeah, he already said that he hates fucking working there. He, you know, and then the other news came out that apparently him and William Regal had already gotten into a fight back when Regal basically started, or when Punk started. It was like, all right, so that's basically 3 strikes and you're out if you're really counting, I guess.
Yeah.
So I do feel like some of the steam of this AEW versus WWE stuff has really started to kind of settle, I think, finally. I think also AEW's product hasn't been as solid the last year, and with all this bullshit, it's kind of brought even the diehards kind of back down to earth, like, fuck, it's everywhere.
It's fit to be news.
But like, I mean, Punk just kind of, I mean, it's funny when you see some of the people who are very AEW diehards still being like, fuck or Punk diehards, and they're just, this is fucking Jungle Boy's fault, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, this didn't happen overnight, everybody. This has happened over the last year. of shit.
More
Back
than a
to-
year.
Back to but the big press conference was a year ago at All
Right.
Out. So it's like, yeah, maybe Jack kind of twisted the knife a little bit with some of his comments, but whatever. First of all, good on the young kid for not taking shit from this grumpy old veteran who, when he was in WWE, all he cried about was, I should be considered the best and I'm not. I should be considered the best here and I'm not. Cena and Michaels and Taker on it. I'm the best. Well, now he's somewhere where he can say he's probably the best in the locker room, but instead of being grateful and passing it to the talent underneath, it's become, no, if I don't like you, get the fuck out of here, because he has opinions and he doesn't keep his mouth shut and he makes judgment. And it's like, dude, you're all there together. You're there to make those 3 letters successful. You're not there to make CM Punk successful.
When you compare Punk to Jericho, because
Oh my god! I mean, Jericho is what a true veteran is.
absolutely, he's doing it the right way.
When you
And-
look back, you know, JR, this 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and you working up the ranks through those car rides, through those locker rooms, through the respect level you earn from those veterans and the value they then instill in you from the respect. You can't just walk in somewhere anymore and be like, I'm the fucking best, suck my dick, here I am. You
Right.
all are beneath me. And that's what Punk did here. I think initially it was the new toys here and everybody was like, oh, because he was never going to come back. He hated the wrestling world. Fuck.
Initially,
wrestling.
it was cool too, and we ate his ice cream.
And it was still really good ice cream.
It was.
Not worth the money,
Uh-uh.
but we didn't have to go down there and get it. The fucking kid got it with his
That's
stupid
right.
chair. So whatever.
Darn his chair back.
That was
It's still one of the
great
funniest-
weekend. That was such a great weekend.
It was.
We did that. We did the GCW Art of War with Jason and Erica, and then we did Effie's Big Gay Brunch the next day. Like, that was a great weekend of wrestling.
It was.
But yeah, man. I mean, like, now you see people talk about Punk now, and it's like, oh, he's gonna go to WWE, and it's like,
No, he isn't. They're
dude,
not going to touch him.
nobody wants this guy. Like,
Well,
he didn't leave
so-
the UFC on the best of terms. He kept
Don't
getting
you
his ass
think? Don't you think when they had the chance and he was over doing that show with Renee on Fox, that if they wanted him then, they would have taken him then?
100%.
Yeah, because you could easily. I mean, I know that was technically a Fox show, but you could easily have it where he calls somebody out for something in the ring or how they acted or whatever. I mean, again, storylines can be built into that kind of stuff. No one is above that. I mean, if Fox is getting paid or they're paying for a product and they want it to go down on, say, SmackDown, I'm sure they would have been fucking more than willing to have whatever you needed scripted there, and it would have been great. But I will say this: I really want to see CM Punk go to a doctor or two. I think this is just, my brain fucking going with this stuff. He might be like early CTE kind of stuff, like he seems very sporadic now. Like he's not really on the same page with some people around him. I'm just saying, like this, and because that stuff can creep up on you. So I think it's probably best he maybe go see the doctor and
Well,
figure
he's
out
got
the fuck
plenty of
wrong.
time to do that now because he's unemployed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully this is a turn. Oh, I mean, you see results from this instantly. Ditching the brand splits already, AEW.
Yeah.
So it shows the cancer he was. He literally was the sole cause of the brand splits. They didn't need to do it. They knew they didn't need to do it. They had to do it.
And that was one of the signs if you saw it. And I did read that they took away all the CM Punk signs, but they left the one that said Tony Khan just cured cancer.
That's amazing. Me and Tom were in the car coming home from Fort Dodge, and I was playing the video because it said, "Oh, Chicago crowd booing Tony Khan," but I didn't hear it. But apparently, when he came out in the United States, they were like booing him. But it's like, again, I get it. It's Punk and it's his town, but see, WWE does a way better job of hiding the truth. They let it out when they want to let it out, you know. So the contract ending, his real hate for the company and Vince and Triple H and Cena, like they used all that knowing where that was going to go, but also knowing that's how he really felt. Where like again though, if he would have pulled this shit, if he would have punched Cena or fucking charged his locker room or just did a press conference where he just shit all over Cena, and then like if he came and confronted him and he went after Cena, like fired. Fired instantly. And McMahon would never, it don't matter how big of a name you are, he ain't never gonna put up with that shit in the locker room. The only time he let that happen was fucking Bret Hart punched him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like otherwise, y'all don't have to get along. But when you're under this roof, you are working for that common good, and that is our product, not your guys' bullshit. And instead, we can kind of use it as an undertone to the storyline, where all this shit with Punk and AEW has just been right out in the open.
Oh yeah. Well, I will say this: I am excited to see Miro and Joe basically take over Collision, because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there is a definite difference between Collision and Dynamite. It seems to me like Collision is more, I don't want to say hardcore, but more old style wrestling versus the high flying of Dynamite.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Punk was.
He was
doing all that flips and shit. Yeah, I mean, and hey, Miro and Hobbs, a hell of a match at All Out too. You know what I mean? Fuck,
love that meat chant.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we'll see. It still makes me nervous, like Tony Khan. You know what I mean? Like just as an overall booker and business owner, like I really think. I know he said the interview that he's like Daniel Bryan is someone he would, or Bryan Danielson is someone he would take over the booking if it ever needed to. Like, don't wait. Like, take him in now and let him start helping now. You know, take in who else you have backstage. You know what I mean? You still got Dustin Runnels running around there. You still got Jerry Lynn running around there. You still got, I think, Dean Malenko running around there. Like, you have names who were there when it was the hottest of hots.
Fucking Arn is still there.
Arn's still there. So they know how much better. You've got to think they are backstage and they know how much better this product could be.
I mean, think about it. Mark Henry is still there. Big Show is still there. I mean, there's plenty of guys. The thing that, and I'm kind of like in your court, the thing that makes me a little bit nervous is it's almost like Tony Khan allows his fanboy side to just absolutely cloud his judgment. Obviously, Punk would have been an experiment worth taking. But I don't understand what the hell Jeff Jarrett is doing there.
Well, he's actually supposed to be, what's his title? Something supposed to be like
live events.
Live events, yeah. So he's supposed to not be involved to this level, really.
And yet, not only is he in damn near every show, but his fucking wife is now too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but speaking of wives, huge debut during that Miro Hobbs match. Huge debut.
You're alive.
CJ. Yeah, what did he say? You're not real?
Yeah, like, something like that. It was
like
awesome.
That. I mean, her coming out was great because it's like ever since he debuted, it's like, well, when's Lana or what's her name? CJ Perry is her real name, I think. When's she gonna show? When's she gonna show? When's she gonna show? Then when she finally does, and it's like, yay! And then it's like, wait, right off the fucking bat, you're gonna do a storyline where he's like doesn't want to be near her? Like what? Okay, but then I saw someone. I saw someone post a picture, and they're like next week on AEW Dynamite, and it was the picture of Bob Lashley and Lana in bed, but it was Hobbs's head over.
I thought the same thing when that was the reaction that Miro had. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I mean, I don't know. So the thing with her character in WWE is it was always screwed after Lana because you can't go 2 years as the ravishing Russian with a heavy Russian accent, and then all of a sudden it's like you're like from Jersey the next year. Like, what the fuck? That's
all right. I mean, hold on now, because everybody allowed Kofi to do that when he's dropped the Jamaican accent and shit too. So,
but he wasn't on the mic as much then because he wasn't a big deal yet. You know what I mean? He was like mid card at best. Her whole job was on the microphone for Rusev. So that's why it was just like all of a sudden she's like banging Dolph Ziggler and Bob Lashley, and Miro just sits there and takes it. Or sorry, Rusev just sits there. I mean, it's a really sad Rusev day.
Yeah.
That's all I kept saying during that match, by the way. I was just like, Miro Day.
It's Miro Day. You gotta sing it. You don't just say it. You gotta sing it. It's more flair, more flamboyant.
By the way, how about the Ricky the Dragon Steamboat tricking god dang Ricky Starks and Bryan Danielson coming back?
I was a fan of this match, man. Like
I loved it.
Well, how can you not be though? Like, it's Bryan and Ricky Starks. I mean, those are huge talents. Ricky Starks just hasn't gotten. Yeah, he should have been doing bigger shit a year ago.
I think they'll figure it out shortly. And and it's one thing that I was even telling some friends outside of you guys is that if AEW is smart right now, especially with all this shit with Punk, they would have found a way of getting an executive board back, restoring some powers back to EVPs, or just have somebody who's only handling the talent. So again, you right the ship, because now only one person's fucking dealing with it instead of Tony Khan plus 6 other fucking guys. So that's the way of doing this is, when you find those fucking talents, which you do have in Ricky Starks, because clearly he was already getting pushed by the NWA when you fucking signed him. You had him go up right against Cody the first week he was there. So, it's about a year too late, but I think they'll figure it out, especially with some of the title matches that were on this night. I won't necessarily say changes or retentions, but we saw it. A lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you guys have watched this. It's on HBO or Max, whatever you want to call it. A winning season, the Lakers story about when Magic was there. You probably weren't. I love it. I love watching it because it happened when I was in high school. So everything that happened, I'm loving. And there was a part in this last episode where Pat Riley, who, if you don't know, was one of the greatest coaches of the Lakers, took over for Paul Westhead, who was kind of a douche. But he was used to he didn't want to yell at people. And ultimately, he ended up saying, look, the reason that we don't win is because you guys are sniping at each other on the outside. If you want to say anything about anybody, you say it in here, right here, face to face. And that's the thing that I feel like AEW doesn't have. Part of it is because that's the way that the wrestling, internet wrestling community is nowadays. But that's the kind of thing that when you're talking, Tom, about talent relations, that's the kind of thing that needs to happen. You fuckers don't say anything. If you have beef with somebody, you say it here. You don't go and fucking traipse it all across social media.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that, and Ace mentioned it too. WWE always did a much better job. I mean, we, back in the day, Monday Night Wars and stuff like that, before, the internet was really a thing, and you would maybe see some dirt sheets here and there. If you were a real fan, you'd subscribe to some of those newsletters and shit. But, you were worried more about what was just happening there. So you had competition and stuff like that. So everybody wanted to keep everything kind of in-house anyways. And, we've heard some of the stuff afterwards as far as some of the politicking and all this other shit. And like who's basically or was a piece of shit. Hulk Hogan. So, there's a lot of that shit that we hear more of now because of all this social media, all of the access to, or from Meltzer or Alvarez or Sean Ross Sapp. Like, we just have so much more information that it's almost better if we just all watch the fucking product and not worry about what's going on backstage as fans, but also we do have our favorite people. So again, Chicago, love him or hate him, Punk will always be a Chicago guy. So then we're going to always have to have this fucking CM Punk chant. I guarantee the next time WWE is there, they're going to fucking just love that fucking chant going on. It's bad enough with some of the whats or the yas or yes chants and all that other shit. Now you're going to have CM Punk constantly until.
Which, by the way, WWE coming back to Rochester in December.
Saw that, yeah. The holiday tour.
Well, they're going to take the Madhouse leavings, huh?
It is kind of funny. Rochester never gets wrestling shows, and now October, November, December.
Yeah,
but the best ones in November.
Well, I mean, because I saw Joey Jojo posted Moline, Illinois, Rochester, and then Raw in Des Moines. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I think Joey's probably planning on going all three of those, right? That's why he posted it?
No, I think someone asked, and he said he was only going to Raw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would make the most sense.
Makes you wonder if maybe Whitney will make her trip to Raw.
Why would you ever drive to fucking Moline?
I don't know. I don't fucking like Illinois almost as much as I hate fucking Iowa.
That Quad Cities is like a rough area.
I mean, well, we've been also in the worst parts of Waterloo, so I don't know, man. Is it much worse than that or what?
No. Waterloo's. I mean, look. The difference between the rough areas up here in the Twin Cities and areas that are rough in Iowa is they're greasier in Iowa. You know what I mean?
Is that cornstarch?
It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like you know, and I'm not saying this is all of Iowa, but it's just like, it's dirtier. It's grittier. It's cold up here. People fucking go down to Iowa where it's not as cold.
Yeah, it's very weird, you know, like, because even that, my brother in Texas.
Tina, and I'm not saying this. I'm saying this as somebody who loves Iowa. I was born in Iowa. I lived down there for a lot of my life. But it's true. It's like,
I think the further south you go, though, there is like, it's almost like the dirtiness of a town is just also based off of how fucking hot it is. It's like, oh, did you sweat this grossness? Apparently, the fucking whole city did.
Sedalia, Missouri. Do not ever fucking go to that town under penalty of death. Sedalia, Missouri is a suckhole. Parts of Kansas City are nasty.
Oh, Kansas City is. Listen, the major cities in Missouri, as far as, you know, St. Louis and Kansas City, I don't know if it wasn't for like fucking Ted Lasso singing the praises of fucking Kansas City, no one should ever go to that fucking city.
I'd rather go to St. Louis than Kansas City personally.
Well, it depends on what parts of St. Louis, I suppose, too. But also, St. Louis is pretty fucking dirty and disgusting. And
here's the thing: it absolutely is. I've been to both of them. I had to work in both of them. And anyway.
Whatever. So this has been the JR and Tom bitch about the U.S. cities segment of the show.
Well,
I haven't even started talking about Oregon.
You want me to start? You want me to do some shoots on some fucking towns? We'll do some shoots on some towns. Fucking don't travel here. Don't travel there. Fucking you're gonna get something coming to you in this fucking town. I hear Rochester's a real fucking poor place to go. Got any news about this show coming up then too? So you try to post?
Yeah, we'll talk about it as we get closer. I will tell you this: Saturday night though.
Here we go.
In
Brooks, Florida, classic Florida wrestling. Somehow I made my way into this group of people. I don't know how I got billing on it, but I will be there. Ring announcing, so join us. First ever classic Florida wrestling show, by the way. First ever.
Good for you, Ace. You're spreading your wings and you're flying.
Dude, you got to start selling merch.
It's gonna be a busy ass weekend.
You got to start selling merch.
Okay, someone make merch for me.
I will.
I mean, what kind of merch can you come up with as?
Not Tom.
Hold on. You think I would betray your friendship and trust like that by giving you shit merch?
Even 100%, bro. 100%.
What part of New York? You talking about New York City there, Dan? It's a hellhole.
The part that smells like urine?
That's the whole city.
Yeah.
I had a lovely time at Seneca Falls at the Del Lago Casino. Casino. A little bit south of Rochester. That was a nice place.
I was born in New York City.
Ugh. You're both born in shithole towns. I was born in Jacksonville, Florida.
Were you really?
They had to sort him out from a turd.
Oh, God, you're worse than both of us.
What are you talking about?
You got Florida crazy in
Jesus, you fuck.
Jacksonville, Florida is a decent, livable town. New York City is god-awful.
Yeah, I don't live there anymore.
Yeah. I don't live in Jacksonville either. I was born there. Lived there for fucking 6 months of my life, and then adios.
That explains a lot.
You explain a lot, you fuck.
Top shelf Florida, man.
You know what, JR? Or John Bogod Russell, idiot.
Oh, I forgot to change that from Jesse's show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See? Fucking senile old fuck, aren't you?
No, not really.
Uh-huh.
Oh, gosh, Tom, I don't know what's going on with you.
I helped you out. I made it better. Did you see it, JR? I helped you out.
No.
I made it better. I helped you out. Not Tom's silly ass. You call me an ass boy?
No.
You know what? I will say this, though. Fuck Bullet Club Gold. Fucking clowns coming in here with this stupid top shelf silliness that they think they are. There's only one true top shelf, and it's this guy. And the team top shelf consists of Bryce, Shank, Tim Nella, and Nerdy. Okay? Like, now that's a starting five right there with me included. Hell yeah, man. That's fucking top shelf right there, baby. These
Sounds to me like somebody's
ass
screaming
boys
out loud.
too. Shut up, idiot. God damn it, JR. Would you shut up? Ghostbusted Ghost with Tom's face now. That would sell. Oh, yeah. And by the way, Tina, yeah, that'd be a good idea. But I have all the 2 count stickers. I don't think Ace has any, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I took a whole package of those and patches.
Well, it's about time somebody else gave us some merch.
You idiot. Oh, man. Anyways. You know what was also appreciative was the MJF Samoa Joe
Yeah.
interaction. But that's
That
also
was
because,
Sweet old school callback right there.
yeah. But I mean, I would love to see MJF actually like get what he wants when his contract ends.
A bidding war.
I kind of want to see it.
Kayfabe.
I don't know. He's the biggest draw they got. Like, if any other company could get their hands on him, why wouldn't you?
Tina, turn your phone up really loud.
Yeah, turn it up real loud.
Turn it up super loud.
Fuck Walmart.
And then hold it up. No, Tom. Say, I need 7 bottles of prune juice. 7 bottles of prune juice immediately, or we'll have a problem.
I think if you have 7 bottles of prune juice, you are a fucking problem.
Yeah, I think you already have a problem.
Fucking loser. You old bastard, JR.
Well, I love how Tom gets the sarcasm and the satire. For a comedian, he's, I don't know, obtuse. Is that the proper terminology?
I don't.
You could say that. Sure.
Yeah, Tom's obtuse.
Yeah, I am.
I'm obese, but you're obtuse.
Sure. I'll be more than an 80-degree angle.
Oh, works. All right. I'm gonna play
I will-
this and we'll reset here.
How do you like it?
Hey, if Shelley Duvall's going to be there,
JR's in. I was waiting for it to be Mott behind her.
That's the way it should have been.
Oh, that's great. That's right. There you go. Madhouse Wrestling. 8/10/28, Walford, Iowa. Spooky season is here. Shit, NFL season kicks off this week, boys.
2 days. Fucking Kansas City Chiefs versus Detroit Lions. I mean, holy shit. Has there been a more just piece of garbage opener for the NFL in recent years? I mean, I like the Chiefs. I mean, I hate the town of Kansas City, if we want to go back into that conversation. I like the Chiefs. I think they do things pretty well. Okay with the Lions most of the time, but Jesus Christ. You're really putting your eggs in the fucking Detroit Lions this early in the season? No fucking way. No, thank you.
people in Detroit don't even.
They're like, we have football?
They're like, come on, Michigan. Come on, Michigan State.
No, I got plenty of friends who live or, still even live in Detroit, and I don't know, that team is just fucking, that city is ridiculous when it comes to the Lions. They get behind them and they stay behind them like it's just nothing.
The Lions are like the Chicago Cubs of football.
They're like the what of football?
The Chicago Cubs of football.
The Detroit Lions are?
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. That's false. Because the Cubs at least have won a World Series.
But they didn't for how long? And everybody didn't. It was the same thing until they won.
I mean, okay.
The Cubs finally won. There in 1984, there was a run that the Cubs made, but they didn't win.
Yeah. You know all that about that, don't you, Harry Carey?
Yeah, I do. The Cubs are gonna win. Hey, Ryan Sandberg? Let's talk about this new kid that's pitching, Ernie Banks. What the hell's his name?
It's very good. You're a classy person there, JR. Does it feel like we don't have any rhythm tonight? Does it feel like we're all just fucking...
We're a little off.
Fucking Ace is probably over there texting
because we don't really have anything to talk about. Like,
no, you know what would put us
we
back
just
on.
did all in and now all out. We didn't see payback.
You know what would put us back on track?
I'm guessing a musical interlude.
Well, no, not in this. I wasn't thinking about a musical interlude.
Which, by the way, I love how you were like, yeah, he's paying that guy in India. Like JR just has that newscaster on retainer.
He does. Clearly, he's being fed fucking lines. It's all just a script this guy's going off of. Come on. There's no way this guy actually knows anything about us. I mean, he actually
I believe he knows more about you than you even know, because I'm off the grid and you don't know anything other than it's okay to smoke legal marijuana in Minnesota now.
Legal marijuana. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah. I feel like we are all over the place. I had this thought, by the way, and I want to run it by you guys, right? So WrestleMania is 2 nights, but it's back to back, same city, right? Do you think AEW is trying to do this? I mean, we already know that All In's going to be in London again next year, the week before All Out. Is this what they're trying to do? Is make basically a whole week, like basically 2 pay-per-views, and just that's their news? That's like their WrestleMania then?
If it was in one spot, I would agree,
Yeah.
but I don't agree. I think they've done bit off more than they can chew with this.
I think so too. They were already saying that they're not guaranteed to have the United Center all ready for next year's All Out, which means they might have to go back to that now.
Well, what I was
about a cut in tickets from last year to the year this year if they have to go back to the Now Arena.
Well, because even listening to Excalibur with more than 10, like with over 10,000, I'm like, over 10,000. You got the fucking United Center, man. That thing can fucking hold 20,000 the way wrestling's set up. I mean, like, Forbidden Door got them like fucking 20. And I think it's also because they're going to the fucking well too much in Chicago there.
Well, here's the deal. Bottom line is this. Both companies have lost attendance. AEW in the last 6 months has really seen them lose attendance more than they ever have as a company before.
Right.
And I think AEW was already running like half size compared to WWE shows running arena wise.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think like it's just more noticeable seeing that they're not filling right now, especially when you're coming off of that London show where you did fill it. But again, that could have been TNA Impact running a reunion show. They probably filled it. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
quite possibly.
Those people will show up, but I think it's just easier to kind of tell now, because I've noticed that watching some of these AEW shows, and it's like really fucking quiet.
Well, I mean, especially if you watch that the TBS championship from All Out, holy fuck, they were just not at all interested in Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho. Mostly because I think they're all just, Ruby's not going to win.
Yeah.
Which she didn't, obviously. Spoiler alerts, by the way.
She's not going to win. There's no story to Chris Statlander. She just hangs out with best friends, and now she's not an alien. And it's just... Yeah.
It goes back to the fact that the women's division in AEW gets so little attention. And the women are talented, but there's nothing, as you said, there's nothing to back them up. There's nothing to make anybody want to watch it. And so it's like we're going to an indie show, and we know these stars, and we know they're good, and we're going to enjoy the match, but it's nothing we're going to get super excited about.
Like, you blew up Willow Nightingale, right? And now she's kind of just getting put back on mid. Like, what was the point of her, 3-week blow up? Like, keep it going. Like, build some of these people. Don't give them, 2 months of opportunity, and then it's back down to those other matches.
And then put what's her name's picture, Mercedes Moné, show her sitting up in the stands.
Which, okay, fine. Like, she's gonna sign with AEW. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that again, not a huge deal or surprise. Like, she's not gonna go back to WWE at this point. Feel like doing New Japan going to Impact is a little bit like, why wouldn't you make that logical choice to AEW? But I also feel like she's doing short-term contracts everywhere she goes right now.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't you, though, too? I mean, especially considering AEW already has a good working relationship with New Japan. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, that makes plenty of sense, too.
Yeah, and she wants to go back to Mexico.
Yeah.
So
Which
like,
they've been doing enough stuff with AAA that shouldn't be a problem. You know,
I don't watch Mandalorian. Is she still in that show?
I don't know why she wouldn't. I mean,
yeah, I don't.
Well, unless they wrote her out. I don't. But like I said, I don't watch that show. I don't
either.
I don't know if she's got a, if it's a steady character, if it's a,
never watched it, I guess. So I'm just
I know.
saying, like, it wasn't like it was based on her WWE contract or anything.
Oh,
but
fuck no.
boy, this guy's all over the fucking place.
Oh my god.
He just
What are we
can't
gonna
fucking.
do?
I don't know. He's probably gonna take a shit.
I don't think that's kosher.
You know, by the way, I made a mistake and I've been trying to figure that. I've been trying to rectify it. So Dan put a comment in here where he included morons, and I tried to hit accept, saying because morons okay with me. I said,
yeah.
fuck, I call you a moron all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I literally say fuck more than anybody can type it in the chat. But yeah, for some reason I slipped over to deny, and now I'm trying to get morons back in there because I've typed it several times. And the mod fucking page sucks on Twitch, so we may never get morons back in the chat. And I apologize,
man.
everybody. I made a mistake, but I'm gonna own up to it like a true top shelf individual. Okay. I think we should just call this one early, man. I feel like we have no fucking chemistry tonight. Like there's nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I swear to God, dude. Like, I just feel like I'm still, Ace brought up football. That lasted all like fucking 3 minutes. And then we try to talk about Mercedes Renee. We're just fucking nothing. I just feel like I love you guys to death sometimes, but like, fuck, dude. Like, it just feels way off right now. That like we're all just too damn fucking tired for this shit. How did you fucking? Okay, hold on now.
All right, try typing in morons again. See if it works.
Yeah. What the fuck? All right, there we go.
I have to, so I got to go in the back way and let it and allow it.
It's so weird that like fucking the mod page won't allow it. What the fuck? Anyhow, whatever. Ace, we're gonna call it early. How about that?
Fuck you.
Dan says your brain's already in Florida. That's fucking correct.
No, it's not.
What?
Yeah, guys, I'm not, other than hanging out with Wes, it's not going to be like a fun Florida trip. It's going to be fly down, go straight to bed, wake up, drive 3 hours, get shit ready for the show, do the show the next day, drive back 3 hours right after the show, get maybe 5 hours sleep, hop on a plane back home in time for the Giants-Cowboys game that night. I was just grabbing a beer. Tommy's always the one that's only drinking by himself on this show. I was just grabbing a beer to share it with Thomas.
I'm not drinking tonight. I only have water because I don't have any beer in my house. So, I mean, I do have some Icelandic schnapps if you guys would like me to partake. If anybody's ever watched the KCUK, I know Joshua Joseph has. He can tell you how bad this fucking goes most of the fucking time. So, you guys want to see this shit?
Let's see it.
Because if everybody didn't know, the whole setup here is I'm actually behind the bar right now. So, we have...
It looks like cooking cherry.
Frago Grassa. This is Islamic schnapps. It has weird fucking roots in it. So if you can see that in the bottle there.
I had somebody give me some vodka with buffalo grass in it once.
Yeah. And this is Brenavine.
Just doesn't care. Just, yeah. Anyway.
Buffalo grass. Yeah. This is like Christmas schnapps, by the way. Fucking tastes awful, by the way. This tastes like Good and Plenty is mixed with peppermint, and it's fucking awful.
Sounds horrible to drink it.
You know what, Dan? You know the reason I don't have any beer is because Sunday I went to a birthday party. A friend of mine, she turned 40, and she's from Wisconsin, so I drank myself pretty stupid on fucking Sunday.
Labatt's Blue?
Oh, look,
anybody?
There's a Labatt's.
I'll have a Labatt's Blue.
Are we all?
Hell, if we're gonna do this, we got to do it right.
I've got a.
Oh, you know what? I do have one beer, but it's Surly Darkness, and I don't want to take the fucking time to get the fucking wax out the fucking goddamn thing, so I could pop the bottle open.
I'm drinking a passion fruit, pineapple, banana, double fruit smoothie sour beer.
That sounds gay.
I like it.
I like Labatt's Blue.
I like
Very
that Tom had to go to the bottom shelf for his drinks.
Yeah.
It's under the bar. I don't have a fucking shelf behind me, and the top shelf right here is already full of stuff.
I like how he's like, I don't have a top shelf behind me. Oh yeah, but
He's
this
always-
one's already full.
Is always an excuse.
I want to stop you guys right now before this gets off the fucking rails, and I'm going to tell you.
Not off the rails. You just
Shut up.
You
Shut up,
can't-
jackass.
You
Shut
can't
up,
try.
jackass.
You can't keep trying to walk shit back, Tom.
I'm not walking shit back. I'm telling you right now.
You don't have a top shelf.
I do. It's right there.
Do we need to? I wish we had a way that we could auto replay this, where you say, "I don't have a top shelf behind me."
Like
Can somebody clip that?
behind me, as far like there's one next to me, but there is technically not one behind me. Right, JR? What's behind me? A fucking window.
Two fucking douchey cutouts.
First of all, don't you talk like that to the dude.
How do I
Or
know?
Sam
How
Adams.
do I know there's a window behind you? How do I have any idea?
Did you never see like when it's been so fucking bright?
Mm-mm. No, not once.
Oh God. I don't want to do this
Hey,
anymore.
somebody want a coin?
I don't want to do this anymore.
You don't want to do what?
I don't want to do this show anymore. Like tonight. I just don't want to do the show anymore tonight.
Well, why? Well, why do
come
you not
on.
want to do the show?
I feel like we got
Really?
nothing going, man. Like
We do
better
too.
to call it
We're-
early than
we're
fucking force our
crushing.
way through
We're
another
crushing.
fucking hour of this
Jesse,
shit.
Dan, everybody does that. Are we crushing this tonight or not?
Me and
No,
JR
I
just
I think I was trying to fucking crush it, and then I get fucking 0 from everybody else tonight.
You were because you typically don't crush it.
God,
If we're
fuck you,
honest.
jackass.
Okay, I want to know though, Tina, what was the craziest thing you saw at the Cauliflower Alley Club? And also, did you tell Joe Malenko that the two cunts said hello?
Yeah, if you didn't say that, Tina, then I don't want to hear anything about Vegas. That's not true. Because I know next time I see you in person, you're going to tell me all about it. Damn it, Jesse. You know what? Fuck you, man. I do know how to have fun. Goddamn clown.
You don't want to go to the fair.
Yeah, no one should want to go to the fucking fair. Yeah, I'm too high strung. Jesse, you're an idiot. God.
Is it type that in there? Is idiot allowed?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've okayed idiot before.
Okay.
Do we have mods currently?
We
Yeah.
got some. We don't do anything.
It's me and Jesse and Stream Elements, technically, which is actually just the fucking account. So,
Oh yeah. But I can go in there and put stuff in and take it out in the back end.
yeah.
Ooh, I can ban people.
Yes, you can. Ban
but
me so I can fucking leave
no,
the
I'm
chat.
not going to do that. Why would I do that?
I
why
don't
would
know
I
because
do
you're a
that?
jackass.
No, that's you know what? Don't try to.
Oh yeah. Hang on. What did Joe say though? Was he
Yeah.
down? Was he excited? Or did he not remember his own marketing idea?
Did he have a little chuckle?
These are the
Yeah,
things we
and
need to
if people don't know, by the way, Joe Malenko, and I'll say this till the day I fucking die.
Last act.
Class act, first of all, but also fucking hilarious. I mean,
One of
this
the
is
funniest guys ever.
this is the brother of Dean Malenko, who is again the Iceman, just fucking stone cold most of the time, just no fucking emotion. And Joe is fucking funny. He's charismatic. He's willing to go out of his way to make a joke, which I fucking appreciate to no end.
Yeah, he was.
Well, no shit. I don't need to hear about that story. Did Joe remember us?
Fuck nah.
No, I mean, let's be real honest here. Like the nest,
Oh.
you know, not,
Yeah, damn, we could have told you that. Yeah.
Yeah,
They get you.
the Minnesota State Fair is crooked as fuck.
Fuck the state fair.
It is crooked.
yeah.
How much
Well,
you
yeah,
got to pay
especially
for
when
parking?
the main stage. See, here's another thing. I live close enough to the state fair, which is about as much I want to tell anybody about where I fucking live.
I
There's
know
a
where he
park and
lives.
ride.
I know right where he lives, and I
Yep.
shit there once in a while.
I'm not gonna lie though. He lives right by Portello's episode.
Yes, he does.
Actually, you know, I've had it before, but I have never gone into the restaurant before today.
So good, dude.
No, not Portillo's. La Tapatia. So if you ever are in Roseville, hey, go to La Tapatia, or if you're in the Minneapolis St. Paul Airport, they have a La Tapatia there. It's fucking great, dude.
Oh, maybe I'll try it on Thursday.
Chianti Grill's also good in your neighborhood.
Yeah, it is. It's also pretty expensive for what you get. I mean, but there's a Chianti Grill down there in Apple Valley.
Yep, but the one I went to was up in Roseville.
Yeah,
or Falcon Heights, where the fuck it is.
It's technically Roseville. It's Larpenter's, I guess technically the border on.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, do you have pictures?
Love to see the pictures.
Or video, that'd be even better.
Shut up, Jesse. Stop lying to people.
What kind of noise?
Jesse's always been more than honest with me.
Jesse's a liar. You know this. I know this. Jesse's a liar.
I bet it was pretty magical.
Can I be real honest with you? The last fair I went to was the Wright County Fair.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, the wrestling show.
Yep. Because JR here was the commentator along with Corey Adam for Crush Pro Wrestling. Now, I never saw the finished product on that because I was there live, so I wasn't watching it on Steel Toes Twitch, and since their Twitch has been banned now, I can't because I don't think any of that shit went over their YouTube. So, JR, what would you rate your commentary skills, like from 1 to top shelf? What would you say?
From 1 to top shelf.
Yeah.
Top shelf plus 3.
Hey, all right. So you're like up there. Good for you, man. Good for you.
I think a lot of it has to do, and you guys know this. A lot of it has to do with the chemistry that you have with who you're working with. And I was doing it with Corey, and we were just having a blast. Corey was the heel part, and I was the Gorilla Monsoon part. I mean, I was straight by the book, and he and I did that also at we did another show where we did the commentary on as well.
Was that Waverly or some shit? Or no, not
Waverly. It was not Hutchinson, but
Wilmer.
No, it was
Litchfield?
It might have been Litchfield.
Annandale.
High school. It was a high school.
Yeah.
Was the one that it was for Crushed, but it was one that Eugene was at.
Nick Dinsmore.
Yeah.
We just talked about Nick Dinsmore on Saturday.
I'd love to do more, Jesse, but the biggest problem for me is this. I don't have the desire to leave my house when I'm done working.
He is not lying.
Yeah,
I don't think Jared desired to leave his work even for work.
I would. Oh my God!
If you guys want to catch JR in the wild, your probably next chance will be November 11th in Rochester at Madhouse.
Either that or just start hanging around in Best Buy parking lots.
Or, when JR talks about a show he has, you go fucking see and do comedy. Because as much as I just have disdain for this old man when it comes to this show, his comedy's quite good. So you really can't hurt yourself by going to a John Russell comedy show. Especially if he's working with Mark Poulos, because that's a fucking win-win.
October 14th up at the Big Beaver Island Brewing.
Beaver Island Brewing.
Bakery. October
bakery.
14th and December 7th, both of those dates.
Oh, fuck. I got to get a hold of Jonah for that shit, too.
Just tell him you want to do one with me, and I said you wanted to. I don't know how he does that shit.
Dude, I think actually dude, here's another problem I have, is that October is fucking booked, like, with wrestling. I have the 14th actually available, so maybe I'll just be like, fucking move somebody else.
Call him and ask him and beg him, because I don't know who he's got on there, but bump somebody's fucking ass. I would love to work with you. I would love to have fun. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I've had fun with everybody that he's booked me with, but I'd like to have fun with somebody I know.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't aware, sometimes comedy shows are exhausting to do. especially if you're not familiar with other comedians that you're working with. I'm sure it can be the same thing with wrestling. But I tell you what, man, there is no more exhausting thing to just show up to a venue and know 0 people and expect everything to fucking go well. I mean, you can always bullshit in the back or whatever, but fuck, dude, it is exhausting doing some of these shows where you have nothing to talk about between sets and you're just literally like, oh, dude, how many beers can I have before I am fucking too plastered to do the show and then definitely not be able to drive home, you know?
You know, it's funny because that's what I used to. So back in the olden days when I started,
1982.
Yeah. And that was the first day that Goonies opened. When I
Shut
started
up in horse and buggy.
There you go. Yeah. I had all these buggy whip jokes because the buggy whip salesmen were going out of business, and it was hilarious. But so I think you know this, Tom, but I had to, and this has been a long time over the course of a number of years. I finally got Mark to pay people money because the MCs used to get paid in drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, the first time, and second time actually, that the first time that I was MCing, I'm like, I'm going to get my money's worth. Mm-hmm. And by the time the second show rolled around, I was fucked up and could not do my job. At least I knew that it was miserable. And I'm like, and then I did the same thing the second time. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't. And so, but you gotta, because I was older, right? I started a lot older than most people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but a lot of young guys are like, man, yeah, let's do it. Let's drink that. And anyway, so I talked him into paying people so he can at least be a little more picky.
I will say this though too. Yeah. I mean, it's nice that I never worked it when it was just, a bar tab because I didn't work at the old Goonies. I only worked when he moved up to the Crooked Pint north of town, or when the Crooked Pint was up that way. But I will say this. Thank God there's been sometimes I've worked with people I know at Goonies where it's, hey man, end of the weekend for shows, fucking hang out. You can just crash on my couch at the hotel. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Because, like a guy like John Conroy or Dan Mogul and Tommy Thompson, like working with those guys, man, fucking, you get to hear some of the stories, man. I think people forget about how much it means to just be a good fucking hang with this stuff. Yeah. Like if Ace and I really didn't get along, there's no way we're doing these fucking car rides down to Iowa.
Well, that's just it.
It's just like how it goes.
When we talk about
that's what you think.
When we talk about this shit and we talk about wrestling, and one of the questions that Ace asks when we do our rapid fire, he asks it fairly regularly. Who would your 3 car rides, 3 riders be? It's the same thing with, that's why me and Poulos work together so much. We get along great. And that's the thing. It's like, if you find somebody that you can get along with for a 4-hour car ride, God damn it, you're gonna keep working with them. Because I and as much as I love Shannon Thompson, Shannon and I had a 3-day run. Once in Sacred Heart, South Dakota, which is the tiniest thing, 4 people and a dog were at that show.
Nice.
I had sciatica.
The dog was the only one that was fucking community plus.
Yeah, the dog didn't heckle, but he certainly wasn't paying this close attention.
He was the only paid ticket. The rest were comps.
There you go. But I was battling. I had just come out of the hospital with a morphine shot in my hip for sciatica, and I wasn't supposed to drive, blah blah. I was in pain the whole way, and so from Sacred Heart, South Dakota to Williston, North Dakota, and then we got two shows in fucking Williston, and it was miserable. I love Shannon. I've worked for Shannon outside of comedy. That was the most miserable trip I ever had. Another guy that was hilariously funny was Scott Brady. Scott and I did Rapid City, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Rapid City Pier, and then Cheyenne, Wyoming. It was great going out. We talked a lot. Scott is a guy that does not talk loudly. And I was driving a Lincoln Navigator at the time. And so he
the
would...
comedy bus?
Duh, fuck, Jesus. The comedy bus that lost everybody money because the gas mileage was so terrible. But Scott would talk so softly that I had to lean over to hear what the fuck he was saying. And by the time we got through it, and it was... So Scott was supposed to be the feature act. But the guy that was going to come out, oh, yeah, absolutely, is your joke is the best. Fuck yes. That's awesome. That's awesome, Jesse, because Scott Brady is one of the most underrated fucking dark comedians you'll ever run across. But so Scott was supposed to be the feature act. The headliner was coming from somewhere in California, decided he didn't want to fly out to fucking Rapid City because it was July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And it was 106 degrees in fucking Pierre. I mean, it was miserable. But by the time we got done, like driving back from Cheyenne, we drove from Cheyenne to Hastings, whatever, Hastings. I don't know where the fuck, someplace, Grand Island, Nebraska. Scott says, you want to get something to eat? We're talking about 4 hours. You want to get something to eat? Yeah. We go get something to eat. We get back in the car, another however the fuck long till we get to Omaha. We don't say anything to each other. And then he says, hey, you want to stop at a rest area or truck stop? I got to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke again, not until we got back to Rochester. I mean, and it's just like, I love Scott Brady, but I don't want to go on a trip with him again.
Yeah.
Not because it's just because that distance with nothing to talk about is misery.
Yes. So this is how you find out that people
Reagan Squad.
Like you. I mean, seriously, because when I did Bismarck over a year ago now, I mean, this was Christmas, like holiday shit back in 2021. But it was with Wayne, and Wayne was featured. I was the host, and then somebody was coming in from Seattle or whatever. But it's a funny business one. So you got, hooked up with the hotel and, decent pay for even the host. Like I said, it is a holiday group of shows. But, Bismarck's 5.5, 6 hours, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
And, Wayne and I had no problem keeping conversation all the way up. Fucking hung out pretty much the whole fucking entire weekend. Coming back, had no fucking problem having a conversation all the way back. Stopped at a brewery in Moorhead, got some fucking burger time as well up there. I mean, that was the whole thing, man. Like, when you're a good hang, that's when it's like, yeah, like, all right. So, like, if you have things to talk about and you actually enjoy hanging with the other person, who cares? I mean, their comedy still needs to be at least somewhat decent.
Well, yeah. Duke and Clemson, huh?
Well, like, what about them?
Well,
are they for football?
Oh, I'm sure he's asking about basketball.
Maybe. I mean, Clemson's been a pretty good football team lately. Duke's, I think, on the rise.
So Duke won yesterday. This game was yesterday, 28-7. Duke is ranked 21st. Clemson's ranked 25th. I mean, I don't know. Clemson's always been good in the SEC, right? And Duke, not so much. So I don't know. I think it seems to me like it's even though the numbers might indicate otherwise, it just seems to me like Duke beating Clemson's an upset.
I mean, historically it is. No, this is not an Norway football stream. Who is this guy?
No. Well, he's come by. He's seen us blathering on about shit because we're not talking about what we normally talk about. Normally,
it's where comedy meets wrestling.
comedy and wrestling.
I mean,
But we know a little about football, not as much as we do about other shit.
well, yeah, that's true.
Tom, see, Tom, here's this gentleman. I'm assuming you're a gentleman. Is here. We see he likes wrestling too, Tom. Why do you fucking put him down?
I'm not putting him down. I don't know who
You
they
just
are.
did. You just said, "Who's this fucking guy?" I heard you say it.
Well, I mean, he's asking to join the StreamYard. There's no way. I don't know who this guy is. There's no way. Not a chance. I mean, unless you guys want to ruin it, I'll just leave.
I just want to have some more of that. I haven't. I have.
The most beer I've seen JR drink in a long
Let me.
time.
The fuck, dude. I shouldn't be drinking it. But let me tell you this. So this
It's gonna be hungover tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck. I'll be honest with you. I absolutely almost forgot this was Tuesday.
It felt like a Monday, bro.
Yeah, that's because coming after the long weekend.
Maybe that's why we're off our nut, Tom.
Maybe I think if I remember correctly, last year the day after Labor Day was fucking awful too. But also, this thing. I don't know. It was such a long weekend. Like I didn't even watch
How much
Payback.
money did you make stripping?
$79.
Yeah, how far did you go?
I mean, I took off my shirt.
So you didn't really strip.
I mean, I performed as a stripper, if you
took
will.
your shirt off.
I took 2 shirts off. I was wearing a white beater that night
Ooh.
too. But
Ooh, so you had one for show and one for go.
this is how I made extra money on the 12th. Back on the 12th when I missed the Madhouse show. When I was doing the Steel Toe anniversary show.
Jesse, did you give him money? I just want to know if Jesse gave you money. I mean, I feel bad because Jesse should keep his money and not give it to you. Because I have a feeling that the shit that you give Jesse, I have the feeling that you don't give him anything back.
Jesse tried to make out with me on stage that night, so he's lucky I didn't punch him.
To be fair, if you took your shirt off as a stripper, you might have thought you were a woman.
I got a hairy ass chest. There's no way anybody thought I was a fucking woman. The bartender actually probably has a video of that shit, man. She was all about it. I'm just saying.
That was at Stoney's?
Good old Stoney's, man. If you guys go through Rockville, hit up Stoney's, man. Our good friend Cheeto up there, man. Chester himself.
All right.
Yeah, dude, he's a class act. Hey, he's the reason I have this Summit flag behind me. I literally asked him the first time we were up there. I'm like, hey man, like what would it cost to get that flag? He goes, just show up tomorrow, man. I'm like, just show, like, well, how much? He's like, no. Like, I'll get the flag for you. Just show up tomorrow. I'm like, all right, fuck yeah, sure.
I'll show you this one. This one, if it shows up, I hope it shows up. I kept this one from. It ain't gonna show up good.
I see it. Rolling Stone Budweiser.
Voodoo Lounge. From when I was up in Fargo. Got somebody to give me that one. Here's another one.
Would you just start collecting these or what?
No, I got shit all over the place. Dad's a beer clock.
God, that's fucking old school right there.
Fuck yeah, it is.
God damn. Do they even make dads anymore?
Huh? Oh yeah, you can find it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Well, I know they still make those dad's root beer candies and shit like that. Those root beer barrels.
Yeah.
I also have, and I can't.
It's a weird aftertaste.
I can't lift it up because it's too fucking big. But my dad has my dad got awarded a print of Marilyn Monroe in a potato sack dress because and he one of the brands he represented back when he was a food broker was Ore-Ida potatoes. So he got this award from them, and it's apparently it's worth something, so I keep it.
Did it come in a crate that says Fragile?
No, it did not.
Wow.
What a major award.
Yeah, exactly. Salesman of the year. Major award.
I'm so disappointed that we're getting closer to the holidays, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Which holidays?
Just them in general.
All of them, man. Fuck, we just got through Labor Day yesterday. Now we know it's fucking Halloween's right around the fucking corner.
where the fuck did the summer go?
It's a good question. We spent fucking half of it traveling down to and from fucking Iowa. God damn, dude. We got more fucking coming up. The fall's right. I mean, fall kickoff.
You have way more than I do.
Well, travel, yeah, because you get to go fucking 5 blocks or whatever for one of your fucking shows.
By the way, September the 26th, I will not be with you.
On this?
Yeah.
Why?
Work.
Nope. I'm not fucking having this anymore, man.
Gotta go to San Diego from the 25th through the 27th.
That's all right. We'll just do another JR's Dead episode, and we'll get Whitney to be the host with us.
There you go. But see, when here's
San
the thing.
Diego.
When I'm
Started
dead,
by the Germans, you know.
Yeah, bring Jesse in, bring somebody in. But when I'm dead,
No.
But when I'm dead, just because you can't handle Jesse, you can. Jesus God.
No, it's not that I can't handle Jesse.
Yeah,
Jesse
it is.
can't handle
It's you can't
me.
handle him.
No, he can't handle me.
He can handle you.
No, he can't.
He tried to make out with you, for God's sakes. He almost handled you.
No, he didn't.
Here's the thing.
Pop in the fucking nose.
Go ahead, do a dead thing. I mean, we used to do that all the time with the Dick Cancer on Corey's show.
How is the dick cancer, by the way?
Oh, it's fine now. We would generate.
Dick's gone. Easy peasy.
Cut it off.
Nah, it's just you give it enough money. See, there you go. He handled you enough.
Fuck, we're never having Jesse on this show.
I think that's a mistake.
No. I know it's good for business, and Jesse's not it. Of course, you guys never listen to any of my ideas anyway, so yeah, fuck, we'll have him on the show next week. Who gives a fuck?
We have to listen to your ideas.
Well, JR's here next week.
Oh.
The 26th of September. You got me for 2 more weeks yet. Right?
Yeah.
5 and 2 is 12.
Yes, you're good at math. Yes.
I'm
21 days from now, you'll be gone.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Starting that beef. There it is. See, this is why Tom's always starting heat with people. He's always trying to get. You're just you are. You're just always trying.
I was
to
good for
shit.
fucking business, wasn't I, Jesse? Yeah. Got you fucking views and shit.
Got you
yeah.
fucking views.
Yeah. I was good for fucking business.
Well,
I'm always good for business, man. People need to understand. I'm not just some fucking pretty face. I can't fucking finish that. I
think
tried.
That's fine. I mean, and you know what? We accept that. We
I'm not a
agree.
pretty face. Yeah, I know.
Oh, look at that.
Of all of them. Jesus
How many?
Tommy's
by the way,
dying on us over here.
By the way, Jesse, how many views did I have last week with Cosmo? We have like 35, 40, 45, 50, something like that.
Well, you had the fucking Magic Cosmo bump, man. That's what you got.
Fuck yeah!
It wasn't the John Russell bump.
Look at that record number. Stack the fucking odds in your favor. God damn it! What the fuck? What the fuck? See, here's the thing, Tom. I am beloved on the internet. I am beloved.
It's because you're oldest man on Twitch.
You not so much. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
See, look at that.
Thanks, Danny.
Danny gives us a cheer. Yes, I try to bring people. Jesse, all the time. I try to bring people because of my belovedness.
Yeah, you guys can go to twitch.tv/Jesse Towler if you guys are interested in looking at last week's show. I'm sure it's up there in archives.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. All right.
That's not hilarious. I'm trying to promote his show because I know.
No, you yawning on the show is hilarious. We get the hint. I like how Tommy's been trying to talk this show done for the last hour, and we're just like, no.
I don't really give a fuck.
But I'll tell you what. No, I'll tell you what, Tom. We can wrap it up.
No. Let's go another whole hour. Let's do a 2.5 hour show tonight. Let's see how fucking painful this can really get for everybody involved.
Okay.
I have a bunch.
night his head gets switched to ego load. And nobody's gonna get over today. He's gonna make them kiss his throne. And Tommy doesn't understand it. He always thought he should hold the gold. And he can see no grievance, but he's full of weakness. What a reason will he make us groan?
Tell me why.
I don't like Tommy.
Tell me why.
I don't like Tommy.
Tell me why.
I don't like Tommy. I wanna pull the top shelf down.
He's even got his lighter out. That's awesome.
All right. And he's muted now too. There he is.
Why do you have a lighter? What are you doing?
For the ballad. The ballad.
No.
The stadium.
We talked to a lot of people, JR, at Absolute. I'm going to be doing a lot of messaging over the next week, so we'll be filling up some of these upcoming shows with some cool guests.
Yeah.
But, otherwise, guys, if you're in the Florida area, God, where is it again?
Brooksville,
Florida, the Jerome Brown Community Center, Saturday night, 7:00 bell time, doors at 6. Special meet and greet with Jerry Briscoe, Steve Kern. Get your tickets for that. And just a stack card. Very first ever Classic Florida Wrestling show. It's pretty
That's fantastic. And that's shut up, Tom.
I'm laughing at how you said that's fantastic because it reminds me of Billy Madison where he goes, "That's quacktastic."
I was just gonna say it's your friend Wes Briscoe's promotion, and gosh, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for that promotion to kick off, and I hope at some point I can go down there and watch one of those shows too.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good time. I'm excited to. I've been pretty lucky to be on the starting ground of a couple different things, Madhouse and Absolute, and now champion, Classic Florida Wrestling. I know. I was thinking their other name they were going to do.
They were going to name it Top Shelf Wrestling, but they decided that it would be douchey to do that.
Listen, JR. There's nothing douchey about a moniker that I didn't give myself. It was given to me by the audience members. Okay, I'm just rolling with
audience member. You always talk of.
No,
I don't remember who the fuck it was. I didn't come up with it.
Remember this at all.
It's like I came on the show and like a week later, I'm like, "Oh, top shelf from everybody." No, it might have even been Dan or something. I don't know.
Dan, how dare you?
Maybe it's like Cybernetic Husky or something like that. He no longer comes around, or Bowls Deep or something like that. You know, like maybe it was one of them. You know, ones that never come around anymore.
That's fine. Well, either way, that's where you guys can find me this weekend. I'll be down there in Florida. So
I like how JR can change my fucking name, but he hasn't seen that I changed his a long time ago.
I don't care.
Jackass.
I don't care.
You guys got anything going on this weekend?
No. I'll be at the Kyle Kinane show on Saturday.
The what show?
Kyle Kinane. He's doing his album recording at Acme this weekend. So on Saturday, anyways.
In the Mall of America as well, guys.
Oh, that'll be a fun show.
Yeah. Yeah. Want to spend a lot of money. They got some pretty cool people there at the Fan Fest for the Saturday Night Nitro. So the 8th, this Friday.
I think tickets are. I think there still are tickets for sale for the actual show.
Yeah,
they're on the fourth, third. Is it third and fourth or fourth and fifth levels?
I thought they were only up to the second or third. I didn't see them actually open up the top ones. But I kind of also wasn't looking because I knew I wasn't going.
Right,
I was going to be in Florida. So, yeah, man. Otherwise, I'll bring you guys a full report of Classic Florida Wrestling next week.
That would be awesome. We would love that.
Jared does not speak for me when he says those comments, though.
Okay, I'll make sure I tell that to Wes.
Well, I just don't want your full write-up.
Yeah, no, I'll make sure I'll tell Wes that Tommy
I want your
doesn't
full
give a
write-up.
fuck
I want
about
to
your
see
new company.
I want to know everything about.
Did I
this
say
new
that?
promotion.
Yep, indirectly.
I don't want to piss off anybody. In fact, if I had the ability, I would say, Ace, shake everybody's hand twice and tell them one's from me.
Yeah. There you go. Also,
Jesus
guys,
Christ.
just because it's going to be an awesome show. November 11th, Rochester, Minnesota, my backyard, JR's former backyard, Tom's, I don't know, his cousins live here, I guess, something like that.
No, nothing.
Yeah, no, he just comes here all the time, or used to. Madhouse Wrestling 9, Insanity in the Med City. Get your tickets, first, second row. Almost gone. So get them. And more names are coming out soon for that show. It's going to be pretty exciting.
That's excitement. I mean, it really is. Get some fresh air tomorrow. Jesse is correct. Fresh air in the morning.
Let's do it. All right.
Oh, yes.
That's all
You
I
guys, hey, thanks to all of you for hanging with us tonight. And yeah, Tom was right. It was a bit goofy.
Don't say that.
But he
that.
was.
No,
but
he wasn't.
Come on, he was right. We were
He wasn't. You and I were entertaining tonight.
Well, that's true.
Fuck. You got anything
you,
else
Dan.
you want to say, Ace?
Thank you, Dan, for the cheers.
Yeah, we're the best.
By the way, yeah, we're the best. We're the top two. We're the top two of the 2 count. And by the way, if you're having a bad day, go ahead and smoke some legal marijuana. That'll make you feel great.
I love it. It just doesn't get old. Legal marijuana. Just because I've watched him do so many of those freaking
I know.
Whatever to the Senate. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, my wife, she couldn't sleep, and so we got some legal marijuana, and guess what? She slept like a baby that first night. And so now everyone should smoke legal marijuana.
Oh, it's great. All right. I'm done.
You guys, thanks so much. See you next week. Bye-bye.